Welcome to the Picture Love Podcast. I'm your host, Kris. In this space, we believe that love is something you can choose to see because it lives within each of us innately. Picture love is a practice, a way of seeing with your heart, not just your eyes, a way of showing up as the love you wish to see in the world. Each episode offers encouragement, soul-led conversations, and gentle tools to help you reconnect with what matters most, to live, to create, and love with more presence. I'm so glad you're here. Now let's get started. Welcome back to Picture Love, friends. I am so glad you are here. I'm so glad we are here together in this moment, whenever it is you're receiving this episode of Picture Love. I am coming to you straight out of Mother's Day weekend, and we thought it was going to be a calm, quiet weekend where we were actually planting our garden, when in fact we needed to make an impromptu trip to see family in Pittsburgh to celebrate the life of my husband's aunt, who was like a second mom to him. And while there's never a good time to lose a loved one, there was so much love that came out of this trip, so much love that has always been there. But then being in the presence of it and all of those faces who were thanking him for making that trip, thanking him for making time to visit them in their houses when they weren't at the services or we missed them. It was nothing but love in flow. I wanted to talk to you about self-compassion, compassion for others, compassion for the world, compassion for ignorance, compassion for everything. And when do you need compassion the most? Then in the context of celebrating the life who has passed on. And I don't believe that anybody ever fully leaves us. It's just that energy changes its form. It doesn't die. And love being the name I put on that energy. I'm going to share some stories with you. I hope that it helps you connect with some happy thoughts, loving thoughts. And I'm going to finish with a meditation. And this is not for any one kind of person. This is for everyone. You can call it imagination. You can call it intention setting. You can call it taking a time out, whatever you want to call it. I just like to use the term meditation. So one of the things I loved the most about flying back to Pittsburgh with my husband this weekend and being around his mostly cousins and their children and grandchildren was everywhere we went, somebody was telling Rick how much they love him and they're so grateful that he came back to visit, because most of them live in that central area and stayed there and raised kids there, and the kids go to school and come back there. And so there are many generations and many branches to this family, all rooted in love in the Pittsburgh area, and both his mom and dad's side of the family. So that's really a gift to be able to go to one event and get to touch many branches of this family tree in person. Such a gift. And my favorite part was so many of them had memories and impressions of Rick's mom that they shared with him. And, having married a man whose mother passed when he was 4, there's a lot of the memories are through other people rather than his firsthand memories. Of course, he has memories of her, but I never got to know her. So I get to learn more and connect more with the family stories of my husband's mom. And that was just so beautiful. You never get tired of hearing people say how loved somebody of yours is. And that was one of the massive gifts that just made my heart so, so full and so happy. And I love flying. I love travel. My husband, I don't know, he's fine. He's indifferent. He had to do it for work. But me, when I travel, when I fly, it's a treat. It's something I've always savored. Well, I'm going to spare you a lot of the nitty gritty, but there were just so many bumps in my road. We were on one reservation and somehow My credentials were lost. My birthday was entered in wrong. I had to go into the long line for airport security while my husband went through the short one. He's waiting for me on the other end. And after about 40 minutes, I get up to the front only to find out that my birthday was recorded incorrectly. I didn't make the reservation. Anyway, there was a lot of time for me to practice choosing a thought. I'm like, okay, this could go really bad. I mean, what's the worst case scenario? I miss my flight and I get home later than planned, right? In the grand scheme of life, that is not a bad deal. But I decided to not trash the weekend and finish it with frustration and anger. So I chose a thought, and that thought was, things always work out for me. Things always work out for me. Things always work out for me. Things always work out. And by taking that very universal thought, it left things open to go, not as I'm picturing it exactly, but it allows me flexibility to recognize when things were going my way. And the TSA agent was very compassionate. I have a rib injury on top of that. So not at full strength or full balance, I said to her, okay, what is the shortest distance between me and making my plane? We're boarding in 20 minutes. And she's like, got to go back to the ticket agent. And I was like, okay, how do I get there the fastest with an injured rib? And she was so sweet. She gets up from the podium and walks and points me to the lane. She's right there. Fortunately, there was no line. Fortunately, there was an agent available to help me. Fortunately, he fixed it out. And meanwhile, I'm saying in myself, in my mind, things always work out. They always work out. They always work out. Long story short, I not only got through security with time to spare, I was able to hit the ladies' room, get a cup of coffee if I wanted to. I made it fine. And then as I'm coming out of the ladies' room, there's a notification on my phone to tell me that I've been upgraded to first class. Okay. So going from a no status, no ticket to first class was quite a leap. And I'm realizing, oh yeah, all my practicing positive mindset and affirmations. This is it in real time, an instant gratification version of life saying, oh yeah, look, things do work out for you. And look, this is an even better ticket, better seat than you had the first time. And I did get to sit with my legs stretched out and not tucked in like a sardine in a can. There were just a lot of good things that were working in my favor. And choosing that positive mindset really inspired me to say, okay, I really do believe this stuff. I do believe that the thoughts I think determine how I experience the world. So this morning, I decided that my housework is no longer housework and chores. Now they're rituals, they're practices of gratitude. And when I water my plants, I'm just rinsing off all the muck, those thoughts that I don't need anymore. And I noticed I had garden soil in my hands. So I'm just rinsing off the muck in my mind along with the soil in my hands. And that felt really good. And then I noticed that the birds just seemed to be singing to me a little louder than usual because I'm paying attention. So I sat down on the back after walking the dogs and doing my little morning routine for all for babies. And I'm reflecting on this weekend and all the things that worked out for us and all the compassion that was shown for loving family and neighbors who gathered to celebrate Aunt Rosie with us, and the love that embraced us as we were catching up with cousins, and how things really worked out in the airplane, and how immediately they worked out with those positive thoughts. I mean, maybe that was supposed to always be that way, but I really believe that if I grudged and grumped and made things difficult for myself with my anger and frustration, I don't think I would have ended up with that first class seat. And I'm processing all of this, and the birds are singing in the sky. And all of a sudden, I said, yeah, I'm going to try one of my own meditations. If you've been listening to Picture Love, even just in the past several months, I do periodically sprinkle in meditations or visualizations so that I can I practice what I preach. When I create them for you, I'm experiencing them as well. And they give me a chance to relax the mental lists that are going on or the overwhelm that happens from all of my inspiration that wants to create all these things all at once, and understanding you can't necessarily create everything you think of necessarily with your hands, but by thinking them, sometimes the world, the universe creates them too. Because I just really feel like God's our partner. I feel like that spirit of life and creation it's a cooperation flowing through us, through our hands, not just 3D, but energetically. So let's see how many great things we could create. And so I closed my eyes and I started listening to the birds, and they were singing to me. And a really, really short, in my mind, meditation, and my soundtrack was the birds and the dogs roaming around the yard. And all of a sudden, I realized something shifted. And I'm going to share just 45 seconds of what happened. And the shift, the shift happened in not just the birds, but the sound. And what's odd about this is I'm recording on a Monday morning. And on a Monday morning, you have the sounds of people going to work, going to school, of trucks, of my backyard is generally quiet. I'm not on a busy road, but you can hear them in the distance. And you can also at times hear sounds at the school that's just half a mile away, maybe a mile and a half when you're driving it. But sounds carry. And in this case, after my little settle in meditation of just peace for myself, for my house, my home, my family, and just expanding that peace throughout the world, and just connecting myself with creation, I noticed something, and I'm going to let you hear it now. All right. And I'm eager to hear what your thoughts are. This is just only 45 seconds long. So don't leave me if you think that something went wrong. It didn't. Something went really right. Here it is. It's a Monday morning, but it sounds like a Sunday morning. It's so peaceful. Wow, it's so peaceful. So do you see what was so magical about that? It was like life responded to my intention. And so I thought, I'm hearing more and more about like worldwide mass meditations. And I've participated with them in the past. As a matter of fact, when there was, the name is escaping me, but in 2025, there was a massive storm system expected to decimate islands, I think in the Atlantic. And it was a fearful story. And influencers, well-known people used their platform to coordinate with each other mass meditation. So there were people around the world at the same time meditating and sending peace and calm to the seas and calm to the air systems and calm and protection. And it completely downgraded the storm system, and it was just rain passing by. And that's the kind of creation I want to be part of. I do want the dry areas to get some rain, but we don't need to decimate them with tsunamis in order to bring water in. And I do want to let those who are overwatered get some sunshine and a chance to process and absorb. And I would love everybody to have the conditions that allow them to thrive and really create beautiful life experiences for ourselves, for each other, for the earth, and for our whole creation. So I'm going to share with you a very brief meditation, visualization. You can call it a prayer. You can call it anything you want, but it's going to set more of this in motion. And I'm actually going to record it on this podcast with the intention you can come back as many times as you like, but I am going to every day for the next 7 days, and I invite you to as well, set time, set the intention. And in my mind, it is 3:33. Use your imagination with me. And let's imagine it's 3:33 a.m. And let's imagine that 3:33 a.m. that we're envisioning is happening whenever you're listening to this and participating. So just in your mind, let's set an intention that we're all in the same time, space, reality, and holding energetic hands, so to speak, and just surrounding creation and connecting with it and not manipulating it, but loving it and filling it with compassion. And I drew a card from my deck that I have yet to publish, but I'm still getting to know it and refine it. And there are no coincidences. And the card said, "Through the Eyes of Love" is the title. And said, "I see the world through the lens of love, and everything softens." No coincidences, right? Because I picked these cards blindly and just trusting that inspiration will meet me. Like when I take that next step, I trust that inspiration is going to be the ground that my foot steps on. And boy, it just keeps happening. So let's grow this. Let's grow these positive, compassionate intentions and thoughts and see how we can all heal and grow and do beautiful, beautiful things that give us a break from all of the worries that life has. But I don't think that we are here to worry. I do not believe that. I believe we are here to live. I believe life is lessons. And I believe we are not meant to be islands. I believe we are meant to live and experience life from our own vantage point in cooperation with one another. So if you'll set the intention with me, if you're driving, you can listen to it, but don't go deep, because I want you safe on the road. Or maybe just come back to this later, or listen to it now and don't participate so you know what it is. And I'll give you a timestamp for you to return to when you can. And let's imagine right now as we're beginning that it's 3:33 a.m. It's dark out. The sun hasn't risen yet. And you're setting the attention before you even open your eyelids in your imagination, because we know that's just as real as the ground your feet are under. All right, here we go. If you'll please sit with your feet firmly supported. You can sit cross-legged. You can sit with your feet on the ground. Maybe your feet are in the grass. Wherever you are, be supported and steady, that if your eyes are closed, you will not lose your balance. Eyes closed helps me go inward. If you are in a place where you feel safe enough to close your eyes, feel free and join me now. Take a gentle, deep breath. And at the top of your breath, imagine your spine is being pulled gently and tall like a tree. And as you exhale, let all of the air out gently and slower than you inhaled. And with every breath, feel refreshed and vitality and beautiful nourishment to your cells. And your spine is reaching to the sky, and your tailbone is rooting into the ground like the roots of that beautiful tree. With every inhale, you're just reaching farther and calmer and stronger and straighter. And you're exhaling, and your base, your foundation, your root is so firmly connected to the earth, to the surface beneath you. And with every breath, relax your shoulders. Let your jaw release. Let your face, your facial muscles relax. Imagine like a baby somebody's gentle hands rubbing the top of your head. And you can call that your crown, where your crown would sit on your head. And imagine beautiful love light coming from God, Source, the universe, the sun, wherever your beautiful golden white light comes from. Is just filling your crown with that beautiful, warm, liquid love. And that beautiful light fills you up. And it runs up and down your beautiful spine. With every breath you inhale and exhale, that beautiful liquid light is filling your body with love. And you might notice your hands or your feet tingling with the vitality and the knowing. And with every breath, your body is more relaxed, more rooted, and more connected into your presence. At the intention that this is 3:33 a.m., have the awareness that other people, either in the time reality or in their imaginations, are with you all around the world at 3:33 a.m., taking deep cleansing breaths and letting go of any tension. Listen to your body's feelings, your body's emotions, the sensations that tickle your skin, the feel of any materials on your skin, the feel of the air around your skin. And that liquid golden light that's filling you up is starting to burn brightly in your heart. And your heart is like this golden rose color. And it's vibrating and it's pulsing and it's radiating like your own personal sun inside your being. And your sun is radiating beautiful, beautiful light and love throughout your body. And it's like your whole body and all around you has become this ball of beautiful golden, rose golden light. And you can almost feel and sense your light reaching the space around you. Filling the room if you're in a room, filling the area if you're outside. Feeling the energy of that tree that's supporting you in your mind. And feeling that energy tickled by the outside of the energy of the other people in this same moment in time. And then imagine that light is spreading. It's spreading all around the beautiful earth like a golden white light blanket that soothes the air, that calms the seas, that invigorates the grass and the roots of all the beautiful vegetation that grows on our earth. And it permeates, it goes beneath the surface of the earth. And all of the earth's many secrets and crevices and layers and beings in and on the earth are coated in this golden, rose gold, liquid light. And that light is love and compassion, like a soothing balm, like a peaceful breeze that feels good on your hot skin. Whatever is soothing, that is what your light is contributing to. And then imagine the earth is glowing with this beautiful divine light from all of us together as one, glowing so much that from space it gets brighter and brighter and brighter. And then it starts to encompass all of the planets, all of the whole solar system, the moon, the sun, all connected and flowing through one another. We're all one. This is the knowing of our connection and our peace. And your cells may be vibrating with the joy and the love and the relief and the vitality of this love and compassion flowing through all of us. And for just a moment, breathe it in. And when you're ready, zoom back down into Earth, down through the atmosphere, down by your tree, back into the seat that's holding you. And bring all of the love and the knowing and the connection and the compassion of that universe, all as one. Carry that with you in your heart. And every beat of your heart is pulsing that. And trust that it carries through all of your being, through every breath, through every heartbeat, through every cell of your being. And the next time your body feels anything but peace, just tap into that compassion right inside your heart. Take another deep breath and start to gently move your fingers, your toes. Maybe gently roll your shoulders. Maybe move your back a little bit and start to come back to your body. And may that peace be in every movement. May that peace and compassion be in every thought. May it be in every breath, because that's who you are. That's who we are. We are love and creation. And this love is strong enough to just be there, whether we remember or not. But may we make a practice every day of tapping into that love and that compassion that's already there in all of us, because it is us. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know about you, but my eyes were actually tearing a little bit. It felt really good. And I would love for you to notice any changes in your body after that meditation. And whether you use the recording or not, just that visualization and the suggestions of it. Maybe you need to do your own 1-minute version of it before you get out of bed in the morning. But you kind of set the intention that we are all meeting up in that time-space reality of 3:33 a.m. while the world is dark and quiet, before people are up and bustling, and let that peace carry through your day. And I would love to know how that impacts and how that supports you in your day. That's it for now, friends. Keep that compassion pulsing through your being, and let that be a support to you as you picture love in your day. See you next time. Thank you for spending this time with me. If today's episode touched your heart, I invite you to share it with someone who might need a little extra love. Your support helps our community grow and keeps the Picture Love movement thriving. Until next time, keep picturing love.